Hey everyone. So I hope everyone had a nice weekend. I did have to reset. I did just email the notes again. There was some mistakes in it that came up in my other class. So a lot more than I wanted. So because of that, I had to fix them and resend it to you. What I might do also is I'll post the lecture for this class. I know it'll go on your YouTube channel, but I'm going to post it on theirs as well. So, their lecture I think will be better. Their lecture will be better if I do that. Okay, I mean, the videos are public anyway when they go on YouTube, so pretty sure everyone knows that by now. So I figured that'd be fair because I really want everyone to learn this. Okay, I really want to give good lectures. So really not happy with myself when I make mistakes like that, but it's my fault. Anyway, so there is homework and there's a quiz on Lumen. They're both due on March 6th by 11:55 p.m. And that I was going to say, the exam I didn't get a chance to look at. I am kind of slow with grading, especially in the online environment. I mean, in face-to-face, I like to get things back, like exams. I like to get them back a week later at most. Within a week, that is. But generally with online, it's within 2 weeks. So, I'm really sorry if that causes any inconvenience. So, okay. All right. Anyway, are there any questions at all? All right. Okay, so let me just do this quickly. All right, good. All right, so let me just close that. All right, so let me now, let's get started. Let's get started on the lecture. All right, good. All right. Here it comes. Okay. So again, these are the notes. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through section 1.5. I mean, it's really not terribly long. What we're going to look at is what's called inequalities. First we saw equations. Now we're going to take it up a notch, so to say, and consider what are called inequalities. So that's what we're going to see in this section. Now, remember how equations can be true or false, and that led to the notion of solution set, which is a collection of all solutions. For any equation, there's a solution set. Any equations, in a variable, there's always what we call the solution set, which is the collection of all solutions to that equation. Well, before, the solution sets we saw, they were either, empty, or they had, one or two numbers in them. Well, here the solution sets for inequalities are going to have infinitely many numbers in them. Not just one, not just two. There's going to be infinitely many. Okay, there's going to be infinitely many. In fact, the solution sets are going to be intervals, which will have infinitely many numbers in them. You'll see what I mean when I go through them. We're also going to see how to graph an inequality on the real number line. We're also going to see how to do that. All right. Okay, so let me get started now. So just as a reminder, you can actually come up with a way of visually depicting the real number line. And basically what that is, right, you basically have a line. And what you do is you mark off a line, that continues indefinitely in both directions. You mark off somewhere as 0, okay? And then everything to the right of 0 on the line is positive. Everything to the left is negative. At 0, if you go 1 unit to the right, you have the number 1. If you go another unit to the right, you have the number 2. Another unit, you have 3, and so on. Same thing in the other direction, but again, the numbers are negative. We indicate that by putting a negative sign in front, as you can see. So we have 1 unit to the left, okay? That's -1, -1. Well, same thing actually. Another unit to the left is -2. And another unit to the left is -3, like so. Okay, and of course the idea is every point on the number line, on this number line, again, this line denotes the set of all real numbers. Every point on the line corresponds to a unique point, to a unique real number. So every point on the line corresponds to a unique real number. So like halfway between 0 and 1 would be the number 1/2. On the other side, it would be -1/2. If you go a quarter of the way between 0 and 1, you would have 1/4, 0.25, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, so now, with that said, let's look at inequality. So first we have to consider strict inequality. So if we're given 2 different numbers, okay, A and B, we're going to say that A is less than B if A is on the left side of B on the number line. If A is on the left side of B on the number line. As visually in this picture, you know, if A is on the left side of B on the number line, A is less than B. I mean, the whole idea is the further to the left you are, the smaller the number is. You know, so 1 is less than 2. -2 is less than 4. 0 is less than 3, and so on and so forth. The further to the left you are, the smaller you are on the number line. We denote this by writing this. We denote this by writing this here. A less than B. I know this little symbol here looks like it's the tip of an arrow actually. This is an inequality symbol, and this just means A is less than B. A is smaller than B. People also write this, B is greater than A, right? People also write this actually, and they say B is greater than A. You know, A is less than B, B is greater than A, same thing essentially. It's just notation for the same thing. That's what people do. Now that's strict inequality. We also have this. Suppose now you have 2 numbers, A and B. We also like to say A is less than or equal to B. A is less than or equal to B in this case, okay? And we like to write this if A is equal to B or A is less than B. So here we write this if either one of these two happen. If A is equal to B or less than B. In this case, we have inequality. We're allowing equality though. So we have the possibility that A is equal to B. That's really what we're doing here. The little horizontal line segment underneath this inequality symbol, well, this is another inequality symbol. This one, the little horizontal line segment, is reminding you that equality is allowed. That's possible. We also have this here. B is greater than or equal to A. And this is read as this. This is read as this. B is greater than or equal to A. And again, that happens if this is true. That happens here. So it just means the same thing. B is greater than or equal to A is less than or equal to B, same thing.